So yeah, that seemed to come out okay, which is something good. Actually, on my birthday, I find that nice things always happen. You know, things I don't have to wait long in queues, and everything seems to fall in place. But none the more for that. I think that's just life giving me a little gift. Maybe I like to think about it like that. So here we are in this lovely spa hotel in Cambridge. I came across this a few years ago when I was working with Ticketmaster, and they used to put up the box office staff at their events in hotels if they had to come from afar. And so I was doing an event, I think strawberry cream or something like that. And I was staying here, and just as I was about to leave, I discovered this amazing swimming pool. So I managed to get a little swim in, and I thought I must put that in the back of my mind with a memo on it that I need to come back here. So that's a few years later. Here I am, booked in, and I'm just going down for a little swim now in a beautiful pool, which is like swimming in clouds. Yeah, so just thought I'd use the time, peace and quiet. I think it's funny about hotels. It's like a bit of time out from reality. You're in this sort of not a vacuum, but a little bubble, and it's just detached totally. It's like floating in outer space, and there you are for that time, and then you go back out and you go back into your, the routine. That's the thing about hotels. They are really a place you can come and detach yourself. So I'm going to detach myself down to the swimming pool, and also I've got a book here I'm going to read. I'm reading again, after many years, Mr Pye, which is by Mervyn Peake. And it's quite an interesting book because it's about this little man who goes to the island of Sark, which is, you may or may not know, is one of the islands that make up the Channel Islands. Small little place. And I don't think at one time there was no cars allowed there. It may be the case that is what it is now. But, this Mr Pye goes to Sark, and he's full of confidence and he's on a mission. And he starts out by trying to get everybody to be kind and good to each other, and to have humanity. But after a while, he starts to sprout wings out the back because it's just the forces of nature, he's becoming too good. He's turned into a sort of quasi-angel, and then so he decides to try and get rid of these wings because they're embarrassing. They're growing by the day. He starts being mean to everyone, and so he becomes a bad person. And then once the wings have settled down, the next minute these two little knobs appear in his head, and he starts to sprout Lucifer type horns. And I think Mervyn Peake was really clever to think on this philosophical moral thing that being totally a good person is not necessarily the right thing to do with your life, and being totally bad is also maybe not the way to go. That there's more to it than that, and I can't remember how it ends because I'm just rereading it again, and I can't remember what the outcome is, what he decides, the moral dilemma of good versus evil, or there's some kind of hybrid which involves both, a mixture of two, and I would probably go along with that. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to read Mr Pye and then have a few drinks. Why not? Celebrate the birthday. And I brought my music with me, so I'm going to do a bit of that. And yeah, it'll be lovely. And drive back to where I came from. And then I'm going down to London in a few days' time. I'm going to go Ronnie Scott's because I love not trad jazz, not Dixie jazz. I like, maybe it is trad jazz. I can never work it out with 50s type jazz, Charlie Parker, all that crowd where where they improvised, and I like that. So there's somebody on, and I was probably lucky to get in. Actually, there seems to, because it's just reopened after a while. All the events are sold out. I'm going to try and go to more of these things. More play and less work, I think, is the motto for 2025. I've got another one, but I can't remember. I've decided I want to go to America and do. I love cowboy stuff. I'd like to go to a dude ranch, and I already ride horses, but I like to try the American way. Just that thing, that whole thing. I love to watch the rodeo stuff and cutting, the skidding the horses to a halt, and it just seems like a wild life. I suppose there's not much of it left anymore, but I'd like to go and do some riding out in the wide open spaces on horseback. And then if I've any money left, I'd like to get my own horse. Will I put a British type saddle on it, or will it be a Western saddle? Who knows? I'd like to experiment a bit with a bitless bridles and stuff like that. It seems more humane. If you could get synchronized in, keyed into your horse without having to sort of, hold it under arrest with these reins and bits, I think it could be a beautiful relationship. Who knows? I suppose it's like that between two people as well. And that's what people do to each other. They rein each other up. Oh dear. Not good. Anyway, I'm going to finish now. It's time to go for my swim. And hopefully 2025 is a good year. It's only what you make it.